Karen from County Fairgrounds USA, countyfairgrounds.net. Welcome to today's podcast.
Hi, this is Cool K. Do I have Stacy on the line with me, who's in charge of public relations manager of the Washington State Fair?
Yep, it's me.
Hi. Okay, so the fair is going to start on Labor Day, I believe?
It starts this Friday, so Labor Day weekend starts on September 1st and runs through the 24th.
Wow, that's a long fair. Is the Washington State Fair usually that long?
It is. We expanded our dates back in 2016. We are one of the longest running fairs in the country and one of the biggest. Yep. So we are open the 1st to the 24th, but we have a few dark days. So we have a total of 20 operating days.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what is the theme this year? Do you have a theme?
So our theme is See You at the Fair, and it basically just encapsulates everything that our fair is. You know, we like to call ourselves the biggest party in the state, as we just talked about, you know, how many days we are. And also, you know, we're 175 acres, and so we have so many events within our event. We have a concert series that runs every single day of the event, you know, and then we have obviously fair food and everything else. And so that kind of encapsulates, you know, that we just want to invite our friends, our family. We call each other the fair family around here. And that's part of our mission statement, is to be a gathering place for generations to come to create memories. And so we're keeping it simple with See You at the Fair.
Okay, one of the concerns that I have, especially as a senior, and I don't get around as much as I used to, is parking situations. Do you have facilities for seniors? How is the parking?
So we have several parking lots around our facilities. We also have nearby street parking, but all of our lots do have ample ADA parking.
Okay.
And it's all flat.
Okay. So when people come through the gate, is there like a schedule that they get handed?
Absolutely. Yep, they sure do. They get a gate brochure. We make 4 of those, one for each week of the fair for the 4 weeks, and they get handed that when they come in. They can find all the same information online as well, but it has a handy map on it, and then all of the days and the week's happenings.
Okay. So suppose I was coming to the fair with a few kids under 12 who were all full of energy. Where would you suggest I go first?
Well, first I'd suggest you bring them on opening weekend, because opening weekend is actually free thanks to BECU for ages 0 to 18. So all of Labor Day weekend is free for kids. So that's when I would suggest you bring them. And then once they're here, I would say probably one of my favorite exhibits we opened in 2018. It's called the Farm at Sillyville. It is so aesthetically pleasing. You walk up, and it's a barn that has a cow on top, not a real cow, and a tractor. And what the Farm at Sillyville was designed to do is to teach people kind of where their food comes from, you know, how it gets from farm to grocery store to your table. And that is a free exhibit. When you walk in, you get handed a lunch box, and then you go to the next building, and this building actually has huge milk bottles that come out of it. And you walk in and you get to learn how milk is pumped, and you get a little milk carton, and you put that into your lunchbox. And then you go to the next building and you can see how apples are sorted. You know, Washington is known for our apples. You see how apples are sorted and crated, and then you put an apple in your lunchbox, and so on. And you go along, there's a chicken coop. There's all kinds of stuff. And this year, brand new, we have a bee box, so people can learn about the importance of bees in agriculture, that they're not just here to sting you, you know, and there's a whole backyard garden. And at the end, these kids come out with their lunch boxes, and they can turn it in for a little healthy snack. And then we have a little makeshift store where it shows all that food in your grocery store. So that's probably my favorite.
Okay. What about restroom facilities?
They're everywhere.
Okay. All right. Do you have handicap facilities or
Yep.
restrooms
Yes.
too?
Yes. We have ADA compliant bathrooms, and we have universal restrooms as well.
Okay. All right. So let's discuss what's on the grounds. Do you have grounds acts?
Have what?
Grounds acts, you know, performers on walking around?
Oh, yes. Yep, we absolutely do. So not only do we have paid concert series, we have strolling entertainers every day,
Right.
all operating hours on the grounds. And then we also have several free stages too.
Okay, so what about fair food? Fair food on the grounds. What do we got?
So we have hundreds of vendors. This year we actually have one that's celebrating being here for 100 years, Krusty Pups. They make a famous
Wow.
corn dog that we're known for. Yep, they started here in 1923. We actually have several vendors who have been here for more than 100 years. But this is the year they celebrate, so that's a tried and true tradition. Then we also have some new food this year. We have a booth called the Big Cheese. It's exactly what it sounds like, everything cheese, from cheese curds to soft serve cheddar ice cream. So that should be interesting. We have a new churro stand, which makes these churros they're probably like 2-3 feet long. They are the biggest churros that you've ever seen. They got all their equipment straight from Spain, so they're not like a lot of American churros. They're very good. We brought them in at our Taste Northwest event last summer, and this will be their first fair. And then, of course, we have Fisher Scones, which has been here for over 100 years, and that is what our fair is known for. That started out with the Fisher family and their local flour mills, and it's a scone that has raspberry jam, butter, and honey inside, and it is a guest favorite. We sell over 1 million of those a year.
Okay, so what's your favorite fair food? I always ask that question.
It depends if we're going for sweet or savory. I'd say savory. I like ribs. I don't have them a lot of the rest of the year, so I like barbecued ribs at fair time. That's a good fair food. And then sweet, probably the scones.
Okay. All right. So there's buildings when you come in the entry gate. So you described one for the kids. What about for the seniors? Where would you send them?
So I would say for seniors, a lot of our stage activity is great, and our animals as well. We have some unique animals. We started a show last year called the Biggest Little Livestock Show, and that is miniature animals. And then we also have Animals of the World, which is here the second weekend, and that is not your typical farm animal. Those are animals that come from around the world, like yaks or zebra donkey combinations. So they're so fun. That's one of my favorite animal exhibits. So that's a lot of fun to look at. My dad's a senior, and he still kind of likes going on the rides sometimes, depending on what they are. And for him, he's almost 77, but his favorite thing to do at the fair is to play skee ball. So he loves the carnival games. And so he's been doing that since I was a kid. He likes to win gifts and then just give them out. So that's, I think, and then obviously the food. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Okay.
But we have a lot of great acts on the grounds too, on those stages as well.
Okay. So who's the carnival, and what kind of a kids section do they have?
So our carnival is fantastic. We've partnered with them for nearly 50 years. They have carnivals all around the country. And their kids, we have Thrillville, which is like the bigger rides for bigger kids. And then we have Sillyville, which is rides for younger kids. And there's a little canoe ride. That one's super cute. They look like they're on, it's actually on water, and it kind of goes around in a little maze. We've got a haunted house that's not that haunted, just enough to give them some shrieks, but some laughs still. We have one of my favorite that I think is so pretty over in Sillyville. It's an elephant ride, and bright elephants that go up in the air, and that one's gorgeous at night.
Oh, okay. All right. So does the carnival admission, is it included with the gate admission?
No.
Okay. So they can buy carnival tickets when they check in.
Yeah, or they can buy it online ahead of time. We try to encourage a lot of people to skip lines and buy ahead online if they can.
Getting to buy things and do things online sometimes these days is getting harder. Take it from me, I'm one who knows. Okay. Okay. All right. So what about the 4-H exhibits? What do you do for 4-H? What do we got?
So for 4-H, we are the state fair. So all of the 4-H kids, we're their final stop after they've gone, to other county fairs. Probably the biggest animals here for 4-H, I would say, are horses. Some that go under the radar sometimes are the pigeons. My favorite that I love seeing the kiddos bring in are the dogs and cats, and those rotate the weeks. And then they've got pigs. So we have a big abundance because we are the state fair. So this is what these kids are working towards throughout the year.
Okay. All right. So evening entertainment, you want to do some rundowns on that, please?
So pretty much at night, the biggest entertainment, free entertainment, is going to be on our various stages. The biggest free entertainment at night that we have is at Outpost 47. That is a stage and bar, and we do a lot of tribute bands there. And it's all ages, though, so there's a bar there that's separated, and then there's a whole area for family for under 21. Lots of music can be enjoyed there. And then, of course, as I mentioned, we have our paid Umpqua Bank concert series, and those tickets can be bought separately, but they do include gate admission. So if somebody comes here to go to a concert at night, that ticket also is their ticket into the fair.
Oh, so who's your top headliners this year?
So, well, we've got a lot. We have Chicago, we have Styx, we have Dan and Shay, we have Casting Crowns, Kane Brown, Colt Ford, Jeff Foxworthy doing comedy, Tyler Hubbard from Florida Georgia Line, Babyface with SWV, Zach Brown Band, Pentatonics, to name a few.
Okay, all right. And don't you have some rodeo too?
Yep, and then we have the Puyallup Rodeo. Our rodeo, again, is one of the final stops before Nationals, and that is always the second week of the fair. We kick rodeo weekend off with a big parade through downtown Puyallup. It's a cattle drive, so you see the cattle free range running through the streets. There are wranglers there, but it's a non-motorized parade, and the whole community comes out, and then it ends at our gates. So that is a few days of rodeo action with a lot of different events. Last year we started PRCA. It's a PRCA event. They started breakaway roping, which is a great new one. And then we have got barrel racing and bull riding. And all the usuals. And then what we do additionally to those rodeos is on the evening ones, after they end, the rodeo clears out, we leave the dirt in, and we host concerts called Dancing in the Dirt. So people don't have to have seats. They can come out and just dance in the dirt to the show.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, do you have anything else that you want to add about what's going on to the fair that I may have missed?
I think that's most of it. Other than opening day, we do a food drive. So for the first 2 hours on opening day, guests can get in free with a suggested food donation. And then the second Friday, September 8th, we mimic that with a school supply drive. So for the first 2 hours, people can enter free with a suggested school supply donation. So we try to offer lots of ways for different times of our fair for people to be able to come in for free.
Okay, one of the things I always ask when I do these interviews is that your particular fairgrounds, I'm sure, has other events coming up throughout the year. Do you know what comes up with after the fair?
Well, Oktoberfest. So we actually we have 5 signature events of our own. So we do rent out the facilities year-round for everything from weddings to sewing expos and things like that. That happens always. But we have 5 events that we produce ourselves, which is very unique for a fair. So we have our state fair that's 20 days. We also have a spring fair that's 8 days in April. Mm-hmm. And then we have a 3-day food and music festival in the summer. And then we do Oktoberfest, which is 3 days in October. And then we do Holiday Magic, like a winter wonderland, and that is the whole month of December. So we are pretty unique as a fair that we do 5 major signature events. Our state fair is by far the largest, but we have 5 events that are ours, and then between those we have something almost every weekend here the whole year.
And Stacy, you work on all of them, right?
I do. I'm always here.
Believe me, I know that feeling. Okay, well, I've thoroughly enjoyed this, and it's been a great interview. And we'll get it up and hopefully bring you some traffic.
Thanks so much.
Right,
have a good day. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.